The Full Circle is back! With DC again!
And a very, 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 very good day, everybody. My name is DC, host of The Full Circle, now as a podcast. This first started as a live radio show on the UCL station Rare FM. Shout out to Rare FM. It's going to get the first boom boom shout out of the podcast. Boom, 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 boom. And then it became a Facebook live show, went on to the video format, and now it is returned as a podcast. The first ever show was in 2010, and now it's come back 15 years after that first show, 5 years after the last show, which was a COVID one-off special. I was in Australia at the time. I mean, for those who haven't listened before, welcome to the Full Circle family, and for those who have, welcome back. I thought when I hosted this show during COVID, we lived in a strange world. I mean, has the world gotten even stranger since then? A lot of negative things, unfortunately, have been happening. I feel like there's a lot of hate, a lot of animosity, but I want to bring the love back in the Full Circle. Except times when I might have the classic DC rant of the week. Don't think I'm going to do that this week. I'm going to keep it as positive as possible, but it might have to come from time to time. Here's a reminder of the Full Circle concept for those of you who have forgotten or for those of you who are new to the show. The first song has a link to the next song, and then the next song has a link to that, and then the last song has a link to the first song, hence completing the Full Circle. Hang on though, I can hear you asking. Don't worry, I can't actually hear you. The Full Circle's now a podcast though, so how are you going to play any songs on a podcast? And you're right, I can't copyright and all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a playlist of the songs I've made the Full Circle with, and I'm going to link it on the episode description or something like that, so you can listen to them either before, during, like in between segments, or even after the show. Or you know what? You don't even have to listen to the songs. I've previously been told when I've done the shows that people have enjoyed like my dulcet tones per se, but couldn't care less about the music. And that's, you know what? I think that's overall a pretty fair, positive compliment. I'd rather someone enjoyed what I said more than my music choice. I will say this though, if you only liked my show because of the music and not what I spoke about, I am really sorry this show is not for you. So you might as well just stop listening to the podcast because you're not going to be hearing any songs like that at all. But for everyone else who loves to hear the dulcet tones and loves the Full Circle and is glad it's back, I hope you're absolutely buzzing and I hope you enjoy the Full Circle podcast. A couple of things. At the moment, this is audio only, so it is essentially like audio friendly. There are a few things happening on the Facebook live show, which probably won't be happening on podcast form, sorry to say, but who knows? If this goes well and the demand is there, maybe we'll go video at some point as well. The Full Circle content will remain family friendly. I mean, by family friendly, I probably mean like a 12A level, which I think it's always been, to be honest. You know, it's always been like that, apart from guest hosts have previously tried to sabotage it. Songs I do choose though may be explicit on the playlist, and I will say that if that's the case. I know we live in a world where this stuff probably doesn't matter anymore, but I just quite like that accessibility, family-friendly aspect of the show. Over time, I really hope to have others on this show, whether it's friends, foes. I didn't know whether to give this foe a shout out. I mean, they're not really a foe. I haven't seen them in years. But, you know, I think just for old time's sake, we have to shout out to my foe, Jonathan Ormsby. He won't get a boom, boom, boom. I'm only kidding, mate. Look, if you actually do hear this somehow and you actually want to be on the show, bury the hatchet, whether or you want to just have a private conversation, we can. At the end of the day, we live in a world where we should all look out for each other and actually like each other. And you know, it's just one of those. But I do have to play it up a little bit from the school days. And obviously, it'd be great to have other people, like, just who knows, people who may be of interest. ... Okay, enough talking, although I do love to talk, sorry. Let's begin with the first song. Now, it's all, you know, I do carefully choose the songs. All the songs I've chosen have never been by a band that's been chosen on the Full Circle before, and they all have that link. They all do also have separate links. So, like first song will have a connection to the second song, and then the second song will have a connection to the third song, but they've all got that same universal link. I've never been a band or an artist that I've ever chosen on the Full Circle. So the first song is by a band ragga metal, Skindred. It's called Gimme That Boom. I was even like, maybe I can sing it a little. But firstly, I'd butcher the song. And secondly, I think even that is breaking copyright on podcasts, which is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Apparently you can't sing, you can't hum, you can't even read lyrics. I mean, I was like, am I allowed to even say the song title? Surely I can. I think I can. But then technically that's a song lyric. So no idea if I'm breaking rules here. But anyway, Skindred. They were a band who I didn't really know about when I was younger, or didn't really know much of their music. And I've got into them in the past few years, and they've been absolutely smashing it. They were incredible at Glastonbury last year, and their last album was outstanding. It's called Smile, and if you listen to it, I am sure, cheesy pun time, it will put a lovely smile on your face. So yeah, listen to that song, Skindred. Gimme That Boom. And obviously it fits well with the boom, boom, boom format that we do on the Full Circle. Okay, so now I thought, after giving a bit of an introduction about the Full Circle concept itself, I thought it might be worth talking about me. Now, the Full Circle, I've never really wanted to talk about myself per se. I felt like the Full Circle was about just entertaining and also just getting away from reality and just having a bit of a laugh. And that's still the case of the Full Circle, I want to reassure you. I don't know, I do think that if I want people to sort of know me and just know the host, and might make you more interested in like hearing what I say and things like that, I think it would be worth just having a little bit of a description and a background about me. So I'm your host. DC stands for most people call me Deb. I'm from Coventry. Shout out to Coventry. Boom, 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 boom. Got my family there still go to Coventry quite often. Have a season ticket for the beloved Coventry City Football Club, playing what used to be called the Ricoh Arena, and now it's at the Coventry Building Society Arena. So there might be some football chat here and there, so apologies if you're not a fan of football. That's just, that can happen sometimes. So I went to school in Coventry, and then I went to university in London. And yes, I'm going to say it, I've never really said it on the shows before. Other people have said it, but I think it's worth saying it. Yep, I studied medicine, and yep, I am a doctor. I am a psychiatry doctor. I'm what's called a psychiatry registrar. Couple of years away from being a consultant. That's essentially the goal. There's not going to be much medical talk, if I'm being honest, on this show. Obviously, if people want to talk about it or text in about it or message about it and want to hear stuff about that, I can, of course. We've got to think about like confidentiality and things like that. But it's very unlikely that will be spoken about much on this show, unless there was like something I want to flag up or something to just bring up. I mean, obviously, I'm sure everyone knows this. Mental health is really important, and it's definitely more in the forefront these days. And I think if you do seek help, if you're struggling with your mental health, there's a lot of reasons these days to be struggling with mental health, and a lot of reasons why people's mental health might be not as good as it once was. And that's part of the reason why I think the Full Circle is quite cool. Like it helps. It's just something which I just want to do and just bring a bit of happiness and a bit of joy. And if it does, if it makes you happy, like just hearing me again, that is mission accomplished. In between med school and being a doctor, I did the Full Circle. So it used to be a radio show. And oh my goodness, I was so nervous. I will say this, pretty nervous about this one as well as a podcast. Like, it's a bit weird doing this, recording this and putting it out before anyone's actually heard it. I quite like the way when you just play things and say things and people just heard you then, mistakes were allowed and things like that. And I do think I'm going to keep, I might edit it here and there, but I do think I'm going to keep like as natural as possible. And then we did the video show, we did the Full Circle video show. So that used to be, I think we did it towards the tail end of the radio show, but with the video show, we incorporated food challenges, which I think were definitely the highlights of the show, because I think people had this I don't know, they just had this not very nice, they basically, they were hoping I'd be damaged in some way. I don't think they wanted me dead, but I think they were excited or a bit enthralled to see me hurt myself. And I think, I don't know, like, I think I'm at a stage where maybe we don't need to do that anymore. Who knows though? It might come back. You never know. Anyway, that's essentially what the Full Circle was like before, and I'm not going to change much. It's just going to be more podcast friendly. In terms of like personal life, I live with my lovely partner, Abby. We both live in London. And yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll get her on the show. I'll see if she's up for it. I think it'll be quite good. I do want people on this show. I've got people in mind. But of course, if anyone does want to be on this show, please let me know, because it'll be amazing to just have a conversation with people and just find out a bit about them. But what I want to do with the show, I also want to do features. I also want to sort of do features. So classic features will come back, like Would You Rather. That's going to be on later, actually very shortly. And obviously some of the classics that people may remember, they probably will be back. Just an FYI, of course, this is a podcast and lots of people do podcasts, and obviously you want it to sound good. And hopefully this sounds good in your ears. I'm recording this in my living room in my flat. If you hear noises, I do apologize in advance. There might be some just drilling and stuff, and it's just how it is. And maybe one day I'll be wealthy enough to go in a studio and get a Spotify deal. Imagine, that would be hilarious. That's not happening, but it's just more an FYI in case you guys hear things and are like, oh, what's that noise? That's so weird. Because actually, I think I might have actually deleted it. I think I re-recorded it because I did a little test. I think I heard some police sirens. I was like, what is going on? It's fine. So yeah, just apologize if that stuff, if you can hear some noise in the background. I'll try my best to sort of minimize those noises as much as possible. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's a bit about me. I think that's all you probably need to know for the time being. I'm sure more things will come up as the show as episodes progress. We've just done Skin Dread, Give Me That Boom. If you guys like that song, let me know. If you didn't, then that's fine. You don't have to. If you didn't listen to it, that's absolutely fine as well. So how does Skin Dread, Give Me That Boom, link to the second song? So Skin Dread are partaking in Record Store Day 2025. So they've already partaken in that, or are partaking in that, depending on when you listen to this and depending on when I release this. Another artist that has done this is someone called Charlie XCX. Very big last year. I think she released the album Brat. And actually, yeah, I listened to the album. It's not bad. There's definitely some standouts. And one of the standouts is a song called Apple. That's a really, really good song. So that is the second song on the Full Circle, Charlie XCX, Apple. Charlie XCX is headlining the other stage of Glastonbury in 2025. She was actually at Glastonbury last year as well with Skin Dread. I think she was doing she wasn't with Skin Dread, she was just there. I think might have been on the same day as Skin Dread. I think she was on like doing a DJ set, apparently got absolutely rammed. I think she's headlining the other stage at the same time as Neil Young, who's headlining the Pyramid stage. So very much generational gap there. I think Neil Young's an artist since the 60s. So it'll be interesting to see the demographics from the Pyramid stage and the other stage this year at Glastonbury. So it is time for a classic feature, and it's called Would You Rather? So yes, it is time for Would You Rather. For those of you who know, actually, I listened to podcasts and I got an advert like recently about a podcast called Would You Rather, and I'm like, man, Would You Rather has been happening for years. Loads of DJs do it. It's not a unique one that I've done. It's not a unique one that anyone's done. Let's be honest. I mean, I don't know who the first person was that would have done Would You Rather. I mean, obviously someone started it, but a podcast solely Would You Rather. Solely. Okay, fair enough. One of those. This isn't like that, but this is a classic feature. So let's go through them. And obviously, if you hear this and you have some thoughts, comment. Would you rather never have to do a number 2 or never have to shower? And they're saying that there's no downsides to either. i.e. you're not stinky, you're not dirty, you know, whichever one you go for. That is a tough one, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, I don't want to... I don't really want to go into my bowel habits, but if we're being... I'm sorry if you're eating. I'm sorry if this is TMI. I know some people cannot stand hearing about this sort of stuff. If you're one of those, I would probably skip for the next 30 seconds or so, maybe even 15. No, skip for 30 seconds just so you know that, yeah, I'm not going to say too much, but just an FYI. I think I'm in the toilet more often during the day than I am having a shower. So in terms of like economical, you know, saving time, then I think for me, I would rather never have to do a number 2. So that's probably what I'd go for. I mean, obviously, if other people think differently, please say why. But that's what I'm going for. I think never have to do a number 2. Okay. Next one. Would you rather lose your ability to smell and taste food, or lose your ability to see colour? You can smell other things that a reasonable person would not consider food, so flowers, aftershave, but you lose your sense taste completely. If you choose to lose colour, then essentially what they're saying is, I think, yeah, you see everything in black and white. I mean, is that the same as being colourblind? I guess not. You can get different kinds of colour blindness where you see colours in different ways. So what they're saying is you're basically grayscale, you're basically black and white. So everything, so basically, in short, would you rather lose your ability to smell and taste food or see everything in black and white? That is a tough one, isn't it? I mean, I don't mind things being in black and white. I think that is doable. Overall, seeing things in black and white. I enjoy the taste of food, so that'd be pretty sad if I can't taste food anymore. This is a tough one. I think overall I'd go for I would rather lose my ability to see colour. That is a tough one though, isn't it? That is a really tough one. Okay, next one. Would you rather always have body odour and not know it, or always smell body odour on everyone else? Do you know what? That would be pretty rubbish to have body odour and not know it like that. I really don't like that. I always have to like smell myself every so often just to make sure that, you know, do I actually smell? I'm sure I'm not the only one that does that. That said, if I was just walking around and everyone else had body odour, I think I'd be gagging. I mean, obviously, you know, not everyone's body odour is as strong as others, and you can live. I don't know now. Thinking about it a little bit. Do you know what? I actually think, yeah, I would rather everyone smell body odour than me smelling of body odour and I didn't know. I don't know. I just find that too embarrassing. I think I would just find that way too embarrassing. So I'm pretty adamant about that. I'd rather everyone else smelled of body odour and I can smell it. I just have to take the hint. The hint? I'd have to take the hit. There's no hint about that. Next one. Would you rather have a noisy neighbour, noisy, so loud, that's probably what I am right now, apologies, or a nosy neighbour, someone that snoops in and always has to listen into conversations? I'm definitely not nosy. No, I'm probably noisy, unfortunately. I'm probably a little bit loud. I guess it depends what sort of noise. Let's say So, it's 11 p.m. and you want to go to sleep. And just as you're about to go to sleep, what do you hear? Loud music playing. Luckily, it doesn't happen as much these days. But that was an issue. That was an issue before. And that was very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. So annoying. Oh, yes. So, not a fan of that. If someone's just chattering and they're loud and they're like moving things and you hear them drop things and stuff, I don't know, and it's like during the day, I'm not going to be as fussed about that, I guess. But then nosy, what do you mean by nosy? Like, are they like going in through your window, if your window's open, and just looking, peeping and see like what's going on. Like, I don't know, like just depend, like, or are they, hearing you shout and they're like knocking your door, is everything okay? Noisy can be very bad. Nosy can just be a bit annoying, can't it? I think I would rather, if on balance, someone was a bit nosy. It's annoying when someone's nosy. But if someone's noisy and you're trying to go to sleep, that's actually infuriating. That actually winds me up. So I think nosy neighbour is the lesser of the two evils. And that's what I would rather have. Someone who's a bit nosy than someone who's a bit noisy. Love the alliteration though. Okay, this is the last one. And this is a classic one, I think. Would you rather hear a comforting lie or an uncomfortable truth? I always say that I'd rather someone just told me the truth uncomfortably. But then I think when people do say that, you do just get a little bit upset, don't you? You just do. But then if someone tells you a comfortable lie, and then it turns out later on that was a lie, then that's a bit more upsetting, isn't it? So I think I'd rather just get a bit more upset initially than wait, than finding out. I guess obviously if you tell a comfortable lie, there's a chance you might never know. I think I would go for, I'd rather hear an uncomfortable truth. Obviously, I'm sure people are going to talk about how great this podcast is and give me loads of positive feedback. And I'm so excited that I'm going to hear a very comfortable truth when it comes to that. So thank you so much. Thank you so much in advance, guys, for that. Really appreciate it. Okay, that was a classic Would You Rather. And now it's time to link the second song, which was Charlie XCX Apple, to the third song. How do we do that? So, Von Dutch was the WWE Royal Rumble theme song. WWE have released WWE 2K25 and have released the soundtrack. One of the songs on this is by a band called Architects. The song on that was a song called Curse. Now, I do think that's probably a little bit too heavy for the Full Circle. It is one of those. I mean, who knows? I might be being a little bit silly. And I actually thought a better song or a song that might be better suited for the Full Circle is a song called Everything Ends. So that's the third song on the Full Circle. So have a listen to that one. See what you think. Architects are the genre is called metalcore. They're a British metalcore band. Their style changed when one of the members unfortunately passed away because they were the lead writer for the band. And their style changed and I guess related to grief and the previous fans, able to respond to that and the emotive lyrics and the music. They've actually ended up topping the album charts and now actually doing arena tours. So, very bittersweet for them, I'm sure. So check out Everything Ends. See what you think. I mean, listen to the song Curse if you want. It's a really catchy chorus, in fairness. It's just that I just wonder for a lot of people that just might be a little bit too much on the heavier side. And yeah, I know. It's then like, well, so for instance, I play Charlie XCX Apple, didn't play Von Dutch. I just put Apple, and you're not playing Curse. Are you actually going to play a song related to the links? And yes, that is the fourth song, and that will be another song which is on the WWE soundtrack, an absolutely incredible song called Ratata by Baby Metal and Electric Callboy. Probably one of my favourite songs of 2024. You must check it out. You have to listen to that song. It is explicit. There is one use of the F-bomb, but you have to listen to that song. That is the fourth song in the Full Circle. And now it is time. It is time for a classic feature that everyone loves, everyone enjoys. Oh, it is great. It is time for Abid's Words of Wisdom. So yes, Abid's Words of Wisdom, it is back. Oh, Abid Mushtaq, what an absolute Donny. Abid, Dentist Abid, Dr. Mushtaq, for those that don't know him, Abid, for those that do, has been a staple on the Full Circle for years, giving his words of wisdom. Incredible words of wisdom. And what I do is, and I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but what I do is I don't listen to it before. I play it and then I respond to it because I just want to hear his words of wisdom at the same time you do. I mean, I know I technically hear it before you guys do, but I like to, react there and then. Abid Mushtaq, an absolute Donny, an absolute legend. Any words that are synonymous with Don, legend, you can associate that with Abid Mushtaq. I am now going to play his words of wisdom.
Always remember to press eject safely before removing your USB.
Incredible, absolutely incredible stuff there from Abid Mushtaq. Let's hear that one more time. I feel like we need to hear that one more time because that was absolutely outstanding. Let's hear that again.
Always remember to press eject safely before removing your USB.
Incredible. I also thought I heard a little meow there. Abid's cat. Abid's pussy, there I say. Pussy cat, there I say. Appearing to make a little cameo in the words of wisdom. And yes, I agree. It is really important to eject before removing the USB. Now, the only thing I would say is I thought you didn't have to do that anymore. But no disrespect. I do not wish to disrespect the wise words of Abid Mushtaq. If he says you've got to do that, you must do that. You must do that. I think my favorite one of his actually, and it was incredible words was when he told us, or when he told the Full Circle Nation to not look directly into the sun. I mean, these words of wisdom is what keeps our eyesight okay. It's what keeps our USB drives not damaged. You save it onto an external hard drive, you do not press eject, and you lose all your files. You can, Abid Mushtaq told you, please eject before removing the USB, and you did not do it, and alas, you lose your files. I would hate that to happen to anyone. Please heed Abid's advice. Always eject before removing your USB. Incredible words there from Abid Mushtaq. And thank goodness we're not doing this on video because, there is a tear coming out of my eye right now, a solitary tear. Oh my goodness, he just can do it, can't he? He really can just bring all the emotions out. It is absolutely incredible by Abid Mushtaq. So, how do we link Baby Metal, Ratata to the final song on the Full Circle for this week? Baby Metal performed at Download 2024. They were really, really good. It was such a shame that some storms and some wind essentially made their set a bit, cut it a bit short, which was really disappointing because they were definitely one of the highlights at Download on that day when we went. And another band that were at Download, not on the same day, so we didn't see them at Download, but another band that were there were called Soft Play, and they were formerly known as Slaves, and they have absolutely smashed it with their latest album called Heavy Jelly. Actually, at the time of recording, they've just announced a follow-up, a companion album, an expanded edition called Heavier Jelly. I would definitely check out that, and I'll definitely check out Heavy Jelly as well while you're waiting for that if you're listening to this before it's come out. The song by Soft Play that I've put on, it's Everything and Nothing. Definitely check that out. A really good song, a really emotional song, and they absolutely smashed that at Glastonbury when we saw them. That song is still on YouTube, and I would watch that version because it is so good. So obviously that's the last song. So how does that song link to the first song of the Full Circle? Soft Play performed at Glastonbury, as we said, in 2024. Incredible. Skindred performed at Glastonbury in 2024. We saw them as well. They were outstanding, hence completing the Full Circle. Everyone, thank you so much for listening to this. I must admit it was a bit daunting bringing it back as a podcast, and I've really enjoyed recording this and just having a chat. This is more of a, just more of a hello introductory sort of show, just testing the waters a little bit. And I'm sure as the shows progress and as we record more, there'll be more features. It'll probably be a bit slicker. Please give me feedback. Please give me advice. Give me back things that you want to bring back, things that you think this has to come back, that you know from before, or any suggestions about, oh, this would be a good idea. Like I say, if you do want to be on the show, anyone can be on the show. Let me know. It'd be great to have conversation, and I will, I'll make it tailored for you. And it is what it is. I've definitely got some people in mind as well, so hopefully we'll be getting them on the show and hopefully making good shows. Now, of course, I'm sure people have got names in mind, people from past, people from the present, and maybe people from the future. I don't know, there might be people from the future that will come on this show. But of course, any feedback would be appreciated. I know it's a bit weird to say that at a podcast. Obviously, there is only one way to end this podcast. We all know what I'm about to say. Yeah? We all know it. Remember this. Stay safe. Don't eat beef.